be 4.9 trillion. So this shows us that today, more than ever, we should be really transitioning into an online business. So our speaker today will discuss this in detail. So I'd like to ask Ms. Jocelyn C., Director of the Chinese-Filipino Business Club, to give us an introduction about the organization.
Thank you, Christian. Good evening to all of you. Let me briefly introduce the Chinese-Filipino Business Club. As one of the most prominent nonprofit organizations in the Filipino-Chinese community, focusing on community service and trade advocacy. For the past 22 years, CFBCI has been a continuing partner of the Filipinos in uplifting the lives of our less fortunate brothers and sisters in their day-to-day life, education, and livelihood. To mention a few of CFBCI's projects, for education, CFBCI has continuously provided strong and long-term education assistance through the following programs: Pagharap sa Pangarap College Scholarship, Mobile Computer Study Program, Bahay Pag-asa Phase 1 and Phase 2. CFBCI heeds to the call of Marawi in cooperation with Tarlac Heritage Foundation and in support of President Duterte's vision of providing immediate shelter and accommodation for residents displaced by war in Marawi. A total of 110 units of houses were built for the people of Marawi. Medical missions and assistance during calamities. During this COVID-19 pandemic, as people throughout the countries are struggling to access food supply during the lockdown, CFBCI, through its Operation Brotherhood project, distributed a total of 110,000 kilos of rice, 21,000 packs of relief goods in cooperation with the different local LGUs. CFBCI created the MSME Center, Micro, Small, Medium Enterprise, which aims to assist people from the middle and lower strata of the society to establish small businesses and boost the concept of development of micro, small, and medium enterprise through free seminars on basic entrepreneurship. As the new normal kicks in, CFBCI shifted its assistance to the business community by hosting webinars to provide guidance to businesses and upcoming entrepreneurs while staying in the safety of their own places. For those who would like to know more about CFBCI, our website is currently being updated and it will be up in 2 weeks' time. Visit us at www.cfbci.ph for more information. I hope you will all be able to learn a lot from our webinar today. Thank you and stay safe.
Thank you, Director C, for that very informative introduction. It's really great to see all the things that CFBCI is doing for the community and for everyone in the Philippines. So next, I'd like to ask Mr. Alejandro Ko, President of Chinese-Filipino Business Club, to give the welcoming remarks.
Thank you, Christian. Our young dynamic resource speaker, Mr. Jeffrey Yu, fellow CFBCI officers and members, participants of today's webinar, friends, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Welcome to our webinar on how to set up an online business, with us embracing and coping up with the new normal. CFBCI will offer on this webinar how to do business virtually. Face-to-face transactions are not advisable as part of the government health protocols. Our webinar for today is about streamlining business health protocol. Our webinar of today is about streamlining business process and improve operating efficiency, which in turn strengthening the value you give to customer and provide competitive advantage over competitor. In simple words, it is the process of doing business electronically or over internet. The advantage of online business, choosing the right channel, as well as a tip and tricks and other know-how of online business will be discussed to you by Mr. Jeffrey Yu, the founder of High Six Creative. I hope this webinar would be the great help and very timely during this pandemic as we try to keep pace with the present trend of e-commerce. Thank you. Have a meaningful evening.
Thank you, President Ko, for that very warm welcome. Finally, to introduce today's speaker, I'd like to call Ms. Mylene Ko, Vice Chairman of the Chinese-Filipino Business Club.
Thank you very much to our moderator, Christian. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is a wonderful feeling to be having you all with us tonight. I am introducing our speaker, the Chief Executive Officer of High Six, a trusted web design and e-commerce development company, building online stores and digital marketing for diverse industries, especially for the small and medium enterprises. Some notable High Six clients are the following: Philippine Navy, Panther Extension Cord, Asian Institute of Management, Toyota Open Group, Slimmers World, City Global Realty and Development Incorporated, Holland Tulips, and many others. When a job is well done, we often give each other a high five. So his company, High Six, symbolizes exceeding expectations, taking the extra mile, and adding utmost value to every project. Without further ado, please join me in giving a warm welcome to Mr. Jeffrey Chua Yu.
Thank you so much, Ati. Give me a high six. Thank you. Thank you, Chinese-Filipino Business Club Incorporated, for inviting me over to speak about online business. And also, thank you. Kasi alam ko, di ba, it's not easy to attend webinars. Imagine that, no? 8 p.m., perhaps you'll be watching Netflix, di ba? Sarap mag Netflix. But you're here attending the webinar. So thank you so much and magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. And I do see some Chinese guests. So let me greet you in Hokkien. Taike ho ami, was it in kinahame trainer? Guam yatsui yang sen. Once again, my name is Jeff Yu, and I'll be your trainer for tonight. So just to share with you my journey and my experiences, I started as a mainframe programmer. Mainframe meaning mga supercomputers, mga bank computers. So I started with that and then became a technical lead to one of the international bank, which what I do is getting those requirements and then translating it to the technical aspect from yun yung ano. And then afterwards, I had also experience with being a business analyst. So ano ba yung business analyst? Business analyst is I go to clients, I get your requirements, I get your pain points, and then after that, I suggest how to automate it. So I talk to our developers to come up with a system, para at least once you use the system, it will be efficient for your business. And right now, I'm an entrepreneur, so we do design and development for several websites, mobile web applications as well. So hopefully my journey, what I have learned throughout this journey will be able to help you. Yung mga insights na i-share ko sa inyo, hopefully it will be very useful for your online business. But I do know that you don't know me, I don't know you, so I would like to build some rapport. So I'm gonna share with you something unique about myself. So here it goes. How many fingers do I have? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, diba? So let me show you some magic. 1, 2, 3. How many fingers do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So give me a high 6. That's why I named my company High 6. I do have some requests now before we officially start. Kasi once I show you my presentation, I'll disappear. So imagine, no, naka long sleeves pa naman ako, get up pa naman ako. So sayang naman. And I do know that I heard from other people who are attending webinars, if nakikita mo na yung presentation and someone speaking, it doesn't really help much in terms of learning. So it would be better if you can see me. So I'm going to share with you some tips in terms of sa Zoom on how you can actually show the speaker. It's called the side-by-side mode. So here it goes. Iba na-disappear ako. Can you see my slide? So here on the upper center, I think, you click on the view option and click on the side-by-side mode so that you can see me. Oh, kita nyo na ako. And then you can adjust no, kung ano yung mas malaki, yung speaker ba, yung presentation. And I believe now my wife, syempre yung speaker yung malaki, yung presentation maliit lang. Okay, so let's start. So let me share with you muna some topics. General topics, so I'll be discussing about different online platforms na swak dapat sa business ninyo. So depending if you're B2B or business to business or business to consumer. And also, I'm gonna share with you where and how to start. Sometimes kasi diba, very overwhelming. Ang laki ng space ng online. Saan ka ba magsisimula? Don't worry, I got you. So at least you know what to focus. And then we're gonna share with you tips and tricks so that it will help you speed up your online business and make it effective. And at the end of this training, actually my objective, for those who are startups or wala pang business, I would like this training to be able to kickstart your online business. Pero if you have an existing business, I do hope that at the end, my objective is for you to be able to even improve your online business. And well, later you can actually message as well. If you have a business or you don't have a business, just feel free to put it in a chat box. So of course, in any business, when you start, the question is why, di ba? Why do you need your business to be online? Perhaps you have some ideas, but I'm gonna give you reasons so that at the end, talagang sabihin mo, ay, kailangan ko talaga magsimula. So here's a picture of a baby. As you can see, ano ba yung hawak nila? Cell phone. So these are your next generation customers. So we have, of course, millennials. Kasama pa ako sa millennials. And then the Generation Z. At generation, hindi ko na alam kung ano yung mas bata pa doon, no? So, ayan, look at that. No? Sabihin niya, uncle, auntie, your business doesn't seem to exist. Sabihin mo, ang dami mong branches, no? Sa malls and everything. Pero sabihin niya, uncle, auntie, nasan ba business mo? Hindi ko nakikita sa Google. Even my baby, she is magto 2 years old na. Alam mo, marunong siya gumamit ng phone, marunong siya mag-swipe. Marunong din siya pumindot kung anong YouTube video gusto niya makita. So imagine that. So this will be your future customers. And just a trivia, Google search, yung mga nagsa-search, is around 70,000 search queries every second. Every second, 70,000. So increasing pa yan, like what our moderator Christian mentioned, diba? Online, e-commerce, definitely mag-i-increase yan. Okay? Why number 1 yan? Now, sabihin mo, Jeff, solid customer namin. Hindi yan lipat. No? Kapari ko yan, kamari ko yan. So, the thing is, time change. Diba? And then may mga new generation na. And yung mga new generation, gusto nila efficient. Gusto nila mga mas advanced. No? So, doon sila maghahanap sa internet. So, excuse number 1, loyal clients. I don't think it will remain loyal. And excuse number 2, sabihin mo sa akin, Jeff, kailangan yung produkto ko, kailangan may presentation eh. Kailangan makita niya. Kailangan pumunta siya sa store, pumunta siya sa showroom para makita niya. Well, yes, before, nung walang internet, walang mga other gadgets. But you know what? Ako, personally, nakabili ako ng mobile phone para sa wife ko na hindi ko man lang nakita physically. Hindi ko man lang napindot. Because, bakit ko siya binili? Because of the reviews. Maganda yung review niya. Maganda yung specs. Nasa internet na yung specs. Maganda yung review. That's why I bought that phone from Lazada. And next, there are, as I mentioned, there are new technologies like virtual reality. May mga virtual demo. Recently, we just bought a dishwasher. I'll not mention the name of the brand, pero meron pa siyang virtual demo. So actually, very informal yung virtual demo nila. But however, kind of effective. Kasi basically, hindi ko nakikita yung dishwasher. Kailangan ko na. So hindi ko siya nakikita. Hindi ko alam kung kakasya ba yung mga plates ko. So nag-virtual demo via Viber. Imagine that. Although magulo yung pagbibideo niya. But it's okay. It still serves its purpose. And also, one of my clients, si Toyota, sa Toyota Balintawak, they actually, right now, they have a showroom, virtual showroom, para at least makita mo yung mismong buong, yung sasakyan, pwede ka pumasok sa loob, pwede mo tignan all around, at the back, at the front. So possible siya. Baka eventually, you can even, in a way, simulate and feel, not feel, but at least you can simulate it, no? Kung may VR. So, ganun katindi. And sometimes, there are some mga videos from mga influencers. Okay, ipapakita niya kung paano gawin. So, for me, excuse number 2, product needs presentation, feel ko, pwede pa rin. Kahit online lang. Excuse number 3, perishable yung produkto ko eh. Diba, ang shipping meron 2 to 3 days or minsan 5 days. Paano yung pagdating sira na? Diba? In terms of like delivery. But right now, we have Grab, we have Lala Move. Diba? Book lang siya. Imagine that. Book lang ako. Let's say I need a frozen fish. Book lang ako. In 1 hour, less than an hour, nandun na yung pagkain. So, ganun katindi. Even perishable items. So, excuse number 4. Yung price ng produkto ko matataas eh. Nasa 6 digit, nasa 7 digit. Yes, maybe hindi pwedeng bumili directly, no? Or yung iba pwedeng mag-installment like mga motorcycle online, ha? So at least you still presented it online, and then they inquired online, and then they actually in a way closed the deal online even if hindi naman online yung payment. So that's still considered as an online way of selling, an online business. And you know what? Internet kasi very fast yan eh, in terms of innovation. So eventually there are some other technologies that you may use. Di na natin alam. Let's just stay current and updated. And isa pa, nag-team building kami before nung hindi pa nag-COVID crisis or pandemic. So ngayon, syempre, may mga time na naghiwalayan kami with the team members. And sabi ko, sige, text mo na lang ako kung saan tayo mag-meet. Text, di ba? So, text or you call me, I text you, you reply. Tapos sabi sa akin, sir, wala kaming pang text, sir. I-ano na lang kita, sir. I-Viber na lang, i-Messenger. So, nagulat ako. Ganun na pala panahon ngayon. So, they don't have like a postpaid plan or a prepaid plan, but they have a data plan. Imagine that. So, data plan meron sila. Pwede sila mag-Facebook, pwede sila mag-surf, but SMS, wala. Chapuera yung SMS. So, another why. Let me share with you another why. Look at this. So, yung mga color red, these are the marketplace. Look at the revenue. So, it's a billion, hundreds of billion of dollars, no? Hindi peso. So, imagine that. Pakita ko lang muna. Yung color red is the marketplace. Color green, ito yung mga search engine. And color blue is the social media. So we have the marketplace, Amazon, yung nagtatap. Tapos we have yung search engine, of course, Google nagtatop. And another search engine, Baidu, in Mandarin, Baidu. So this is also another search engine in China kasi Google is not in a way in good terms, so hindi sila allowed in a way. So, bakit ko pinakita itong revenue na to? Anong ibig sabihin niyan? Bakit ang dami na ng pera? Bakit ang laki ng revenue nila? It's because customers are paying. So, sino ba yung customers nila? Businesses. So, how do they earn? They earn through advertisement. So, as businesses, we won't be actually spending a lot or paying those internet businesses that much if it's not effective. Ako personally, I spend 25 to 30,000 a month for Google advertisement. Pero effective naman eh. So I get more than the return of investment. So I'll just continue. And ito pa. So what makes them different compared to traditional? So as you can see, itong meme na to, I don't know who you are, but you visited my site. So that's why, so now I will find you and then find you again and again and again. So ano yung ibig sabihin nito? Firstly, the internet, pumunta ka sa, let's say, example lang, Shopee or Lazada. You find a product, let's say a Canon printer. Pag pumunta ka sa Facebook, you'll see an advertisement, Canon printer. Yun din yung model na yun. So they know that you visited this particular product. They know that you visited this particular website. They know they know you actually. Customer information. Facebook. Sabihin natin Facebook. Facebook knows kung married na ba ako, single ako. He even knows my age. Imagine that, diba? So nakakatakot actually. In a way, no? He knows my interests, he knows my purchase history, but the question is, can a traditional business do that? I guess not, no? Unless talagang may matinding tracing ka, contact tracing, something like that, no? But traditional business won't be able to achieve that. Imagine mo, itatrack mo yung customer na yan, kung anong ginagawa niya, ano bang sinasurf niya. So, that's why they are effective. In terms of business selling them, I mean, business marketing to people, to dun sa platform nila. And just to give you an idea, or the terminology, di ba yun nga sabi ko, na pumunta ka dito sa website na to, ibig sabihin, feel nila, interested ka. Pumunta ka sa ibang platform, nakita mo na naman yung sinurf mo. So that's called remarketing or retargeting. They'll be able to know that. So pag ganun, kunyari, Canon printer. Noong time na yun, 4,000. Pumunta ako ng YouTube, lumitaw, sabi, oh, good news, 10% discount. Chances of you buying, it's pretty high, di ba? Kasi interested kayo. Uy, 10% buti na lang, di ako bumili nun. Ngayon ako bibili. So, di ba? And there's also so-called na heat mapping. So basically, you have a website. They know where you are actually moving your mouse. Alam niya, ay, lagi palang pupunta dito. Bakit kaya? So they can adjust. That's a good thing with online. And you can't do this in traditional business. Another reason why. Why number 3? I'm scared of going out. Diba? Oh, last few days ago, si Ati called me. Sabi niya, uy, baka mag-ECQ ulit. May kailangan bang bilhin? So in Chinese, I'll translate it in Hokkien. O, Ati ka ho, gwa. Ay, kawa kung buhay siya, baka tanay ko ECQ, lockdown na naman. So imagine that. Businesses can't afford to have another lockdown. However, if your business is online, then you're flexible. Then you can sell to your customers or to even your existing customers. Just a trivia, Amazon sales jumped up during COVID. Amazon sales jumped up. Imagine. So here are the bad news and the good news. Let me share with you about the bad news in terms of itong pandemic. You know? Bad news, rapid testing. If you have a lot of employees, it's very expensive in terms of yung operation expense. Imagine mo, kailangan mo laging mag-rapid test. Meron akong narinig yung if they are delivering to their customer, it's required for the driver or the driver and pahinante to actually do a rapid test before they can enter to the customer. Imagine that, kung everyday delivery. It's very costly. Next, social distancing. Which is tama naman yun, no? Mag-social distance tayo. However, it's not really that good for business. Like, example, restaurant business. Imagine mo, na-cut into how many percentage na lang yung capacity mo. Grabe, di ba? And then you're still paying the rent. Third, micro entrepreneurs. So perhaps we have some micro entrepreneurs here. It can also be a threat for mga medium to big size businesses. Micro entrepreneurs can be a competitor as well. Kasi sila online eh. Imagine na lang, mga home cook versus restaurants. Restaurants, they have to pay OPEX. Home cook, no OPEX. But they can still sell. Diba? So, ang problema niyan, ang daming home cook. Even kami, nag-order kami every Sunday. And we have this, every Sunday is a no cooking day, we just order. So we actually scout for mga home cook or even restaurants, pero you know, it's different if you actually try out yung mga recipe ng mga home chef or home cook. So yan. And not only that, lastly, startups. Ang daming mga startups ngayon, mga na-incubate. Imagine that, example, dati, no? Netflix, nung nagsisimula, they wipe out the video rental business. So if you're in the video rental, and if you weren't able to change, innovate, your business might get wiped out. So now we have Uber, we have Grab. So mga taxi were affected, diba? And even one of the telco, Globe, they have a Kickstart Ventures. Kickstart Ventures, they actually fund, they also guide yung mga bagong mga ideas, mga startups. I think personally, I'm not so sure. Personally, feel ko si Globe para at least alam niya kung anong trend, ano ba yung pwede, ano ba yung possible, so that if let's say there are very good ideas, they actually can invest a lot of money to that and innovate further. So they have that. Kaya those are the bad news side for traditional business. But if you transform, good news. Kung nag-transform ka, ano ba yung good news natin? Anyone can go online. Very simple. Hindi yung traditional business that you have to like get a contractor or perhaps check out kung anong location. Ang daming kailangan gawin, daming permits, no? But online, after this session, tomorrow, siguro morning, you can go online kung hindi ka pa online. And second good news, there are tons of resources. Tons of resources. Di ba? YouTube lang, Google lang. If you're not a chef, parang naging chef ka na kasi you have a lot of mga recipe online. Di ba? Ako, natuto ako magluto through YouTube. Never ako magluluto kung wala akong YouTube na instruction, mga recipe. Imagine that. And then eventually translate to pwede na rin ako magbenta. Kung ganun ka nakagaling, di ba? So tons of content. You can even become if your passion is like IT, you can even become a very successful IT company or providing services, digital marketing, those kind of stuff. Because all the resources nasa internet. Kaya ako, sabi ko nga, if you have an internet, if you have a device, parang halos impossible na magugutom ka eh. Because you can find a way. You can find a way to make some money. Number 3, good news, procrastination. Because not all of your competitors will be going online. I do hope na kayo, hindi kayo yun. Di ba? Kasi, syempre, sabi nga, ay, bukas na yan. Hirap yan eh. Oh, wala, hindi ako technical. So, next time na yan. So, yun yung maganda. Good news for those who are committed. And another good news, I'm here to guide you. So hopefully, I'll be able to really provide you some insights, but at least you can get started soon. So those are the good news. Eto, challenge naman. Challenge of going online. Like I mentioned a while ago, walang location pag online eh. So imagine this particular store. Nasa middle of nowhere. Parang ganun din. If you actually created a website, you have a Facebook page, you actually posted some Shopee products or Lazada products, it's not enough. So sabi mo, hindi, may online presence ako, may website ako. It's not enough. No? Kasi iba nga siya sa traditional business. There's no location. Unlike traditional business, kunyari, if your business is school supply, siyempre hahanap ka ng location na malapit sa school. Definitely may foot traffic yan. Definitely you'll have customers. However, kunyari nagtayo ka online shop ng school supplies, ay, baka sabihin mo, bakit wala pang benta hanggang ngayon? Ilang buwan na wala pang benta. Well, later I'll share with you how, no? But ganun ang mangyayari. You might be like thinking na, ay, meron na akong online shop, magkakaroon na maraming pera every month. Nonsense. But there's an advantage being online. Well, one of the advantage is, hindi ka dependent sa foot traffic, hindi ka dependent sa location. You can be selling nationwide. You can also be selling globally. Just recently, nung nag-start ng ECQ, syempre, ayaw natin, di ba, lumabas. And we need some medicine. Eh, ayaw naman namin punta ng Mercury. So, we start to search for an online store for mga pharmacy. And then, si wife ko, si Meg, sabi niya sa akin, uy, nakabili na ako online. Uy, sabi ko, okay and apparently, ito palang pharmacy, well, I can share it with you. Si Rose Pharmacy is in Cebu pala. But we were able to buy and they were able to deliver from Cebu all the way, no? And that time, I think may promotion pa sila, free delivery. I don't know how they do it, kung paano sila kikita doon, but it's free delivery. So, at least nakuha pa rin namin. But I'm just saying that nationwide, no? We're in Manila, and yun, nasa Cebu. But still, they were able to sell us something. And so right now, again, if website or online presence is not enough, so what then? So what then? So I'm going to share with you. Ayan. You have to apply BB. Hindi yung BB cream, BB. So what's BB? What's the meaning of BB? Para kuminis ang inyong online store. BB means branding and broadcasting. BB, branding, broadcasting. Branding, ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng branding? These are yung business image mo online. Instead na just an online presence, your image online. Siyempre, di ba? Branding, first impression in a way counts, di ba? Next is broadcasting. This is how you announce to the public. So later, I'm going to share with you some tips. So branding and broadcasting. But before that, I'm going to share with you another B, business. So some of you might be like just starting off. So business, I just want to share with you a new ruling sa BIR. From what I know and heard, a new BIR rule, if your net income is above 250,000 a year, you need to register your business and pay proper taxes, which is okay naman. Good naman yun, di ba? Pay proper taxes. So, kasi like right now, there are a lot of online sellers, bloggers, no? And they are actually getting quite monthly, like medyo maabot na sa salary nila, di ba? So, kapag lumagpas in a year, 250,000, then you have to pay proper taxes. And it's extended until August 31. Again, it's extended until August 31. So you still have time to register your business. Now, let's get back to BB, the branding first. So ano ba ang branding? How you present yourself online. Ano ba yung importante? First, these are some of it. Logo should be high resolution. Wag yung pixelated, naka-online ka nga di ba? So, yung logo dapat clear. Next, photos. Oh, can't stress enough, photos. Mga product photos, yung mga other photos mo, let's say, team photos or whatever photos, tapos ang papangit, it actually kind of hurt your brand. And by the way, ang brand kasi, this is what I call inbound. Inbound, ibig sabihin nun, people come to you, check out your website, check out your Facebook page, check out your products. So kung nakita nila, ano ba tong photo na to? Parang hindi naman mukhang brand new, pero brand new nakasulat. So turn off, di ba? Colors and fonts. So kung ano yung talagang branding mo, ano ba yung ginagamit mong color, ano ba yung font na yun, you don't want it to be like yung isa Comic Sans, yung medyo funny, tapos yung isa medyo professional. So wag ganun, no? You need to actually decide kung ano yung colors and fonts na gagamitin mo. Content. The feel, the emotion that you want to impart. So is it fun or is it professional? Or some other emotion that you want to, para at least, di ba, fun, may mga pa-joke-joke yung mga articles mo, yung content mo, and dapat consistent ka. And next will be your team. Ano ibig sabihin ng team? The one handling your inquiries, support. Yun, importante yun. Kunyari, punta ako FB page, nag-send ako message, nag-inquire ako sa isang product, tapos biglang, hello po, ano po, kailangan, So it depends, no? Kung ganun talaga yung gusto mo i-portray sa company mo. Then, I mean, di ba? Ano to, di ba? If let's say English, wag yun. Kung Tagalog, kung gusto mong ganun, depende, no? So we want a good first impression and of course, first impression leads to good reviews. Importante ang reviews, ha? So as I mentioned, I bought a phone because of the review is good. The seller is good because of review. Next slide, no? Pakita ko sa inyo. If you're selling food, kung ugly ang food ninyo, di ba? If you're like a home cook, and then ganun yung pagka-picture mo, sira-sira kamatis, di ba? So, sino bibili? May bibili. Family, kaibigan, yan, bibili yan. Pero yung mga kaibigan ng family, they won't buy it, di ba? Unless napilitan lang. So, very important ang photo. Next, I'm gonna share with you yung Facebook page naman namin. Facebook page ng wife ko. It's a Mrs. Q. She's called Mrs. Q. So kasi wife ko is a makeup artist and greatly affected talaga ang event industry. So we find different ways. We pivot and we started to do an online selling, reseller basically. So I just want to share with you in terms of like branding. So branding, we have a mascot, as you can see, profile picture, siya yan, Mrs. Q. And you can also see yung mga posts that we have. Lahat meron, consistent yan. We have a photo of the Mrs. Q, and we have some text, ganyan. We sell like Xiaomi, sell Haidilao, etc., etc. Kung ano pwede, benta, di ba? So through that, actually, I gained some experience in terms of selling retail. So later, I'm gonna share with you more. So the most important in terms of branding is consistency. Consistency is key in branding. Kasi I do know, no? I'm not so sure kung may matamaan dito. Yung logo nila sa offline, which is a store, is different from the logo sa online. Hindi ko magets. Hindi ko ma-connect. So, actually, I have a client. Nag-advise na ako. Sabi ko, kapag ganun yung balot mo, ito yung logo, pero bakit sa online iba logo? Gawin natin parehas. Pero still, di ba, client wala akong magagawa. Anyway, but consistency is key in branding. Next, broadcasting. So ano ba itong broadcasting na to? Let's start with story. Mahilig ang mga tao sa story. Chismis. Yan, mahilig yan. So meaning, if let's say lang, example, if we're going to talk about Facebook, kapag nagpo-post ka about your business, about your products and services, alam mo, people don't like hard selling. So if you post like, oh, ano, we are now selling ganyan, ganyan, ganyan. Tendency you'll have 1 like, 2 likes, ganyan. It should be subtle. It should be like a chismis, right? So I know mga property brokers, what they do naman, they update, oh, may nag-close na deal, or ito, ang ganda ng bahay, ganda, wow. So alam mo, yung updates, it's more of updating. It's a story nga eh, di ba? So people, kung ako nag-post ako ng baby ko, may video, ang daming likes. Pag nag-post ako ng website services ko, walang likes. So ganun yun. Subtle selling. So like for example, if I want to, later I'll show you other broadcasting stuff. So story, chismis, again, chismis. Even kapag kunyari may nag-aaway sa mga groups, ay, ang daming comments yan, ang daming likes niyan. So you might be able to like inject something there. And just want to share with you lang, I'm not so sure if that's a good idea or not, no? But si wife ko, diba, they start selling, we start selling like mga instant hot pot. And someone actually grab our photo. Yung photos na meron namin, they grab our photos, galit na galit si Mrs. So nag-rant siya sa Facebook. Ang dami niyang comments, ang dami niyang likes. And nagkaroon pa siya ng customer to buy products kasi nalaman na, ay, you're selling instant, and support kita. So yun nga, people like chismis. Next, let's talk about promotion. Promo, discount. Diba? Sino ba ayaw nun? Discount, free shipping. Ayaw mo ba nun? Kung kunyari sabihin, 50% off, 85%, up to 85% off. Most likely, the chances are you will look at it. So promotion, people like promotion. So if you're like in the platform of Facebook or Instagram, ito yung mga okay na i-post. Broadcasting eh. So subtle selling. Next, education. Actually, lahat ng mga to, later I'm gonna share with you, lahat ng mga to is related to WIIFM. So ano ba yung sabihin ng WIIFM? Kung ako yung tumitingin, what's in it for me? WIIFM. What's in it for me? Is it chismis, storya? Is it promo? I'll get a good rate? Diba? So, sino ba ayaw? Ako personally, gusto ko talaga yan. Education, kung makakakuha ka ng free training, free downloadables, why not? Minsan nga, mga training, di ba? Maraming mga downloads, e-books, whatever. Sometimes, lalagay mo na lang yung email mo. And minsan, hindi nababasa, pero I have given my contact information to that particular business, which is yan yung pinaka-objective din nila, di ba? And lastly, expansion. But before I proceed to expansion, I just realized yun sa education, why important yung education? This is where you actually showcase your skills, your expertise. So ano ibig sabihin ng education? Like for example, kung ako website, I might be posting like, what's the different, how do you like maximize your website, something like that. Tips on maximizing your website. So I'm actually showcasing my skills, at the same time subtle promoting my company. And then when people actually are interested, they might even actually contact me. Subtle promotion, education, you're giving value to the other party, diba? And lastly is expansion. If you're actually master dun sa story, promotion, education, perhaps you can consider this expansion. So ano ibig sabihin kong expansion? So here it is. The bloggers, vloggers, influencers, nagulat ako dito eh. So if you have these people actually marketing your service and products, imagine how many followers they have. But of course, depending on your niche, depending on your industry. Pero nung binasa ko yung article, highest paid Filipino YouTubers, grabe, gulat ako. They're actually earning 7 to 8 digits in a month. In a month, OMG, in a month. So, kung sabihin mo 8 digits, at the least man lang, 10 million in a month. Tama ba? Yeah, that much. So kaya, alam mo, after this training, I will be closing my company and focus on making videos para maging influencer ako. Imagine that, no? Just kidding. Kasi I might have some clients here, no? Sabi, ha? But imagine, yung mga bata ngayon, kakaiba. Their dreams is to become a YouTuber, an influencer. Because they are earning so much, no? BBIR talaga sila kung hindi sila nag-register. And about broadcasting, let's get back to broadcasting. I need to highlight this as well. So broadcasting, no? If you're, I'm sure some of you have a business and physical store and etc. It's important for you to do omni-channel or sometimes cross-channel. So ano ibig sabihin nun? If you have a store and you also have an online shop, omni-channel is at least telling people na, uy, may online shop kami. Well, yan yung una. May online shop kami. Punta rin kayo online shop. So kung hindi kayo makapunta sa store, punta ka sa online shop namin and buy products from us. And not only that, if you say omni-channel, if let's say you have a loyalty program or rewards program, it's synchronized. So kunyari meron akong card, loyalty card or whatever, I input it sa online shop, I get reward points. But when I go to the physical store, meron din siya, reward points, just present your reward card number. Tapos it credits as well. And then customer information ko is in line, iisa lang. Customer support, iisa lang. So basically, if let's say I have a complaint sa store, sabihin ko, nag-complain ako last time sa online, sa Facebook. Tapos sabihin ng store manager mo, sir, yes, alam ko. So this is how we're gonna do. So that's called the omni-channel. Kasi nga, we're actually merging online and offline. Very important. You also have to sell your online through offline. Meron akong mga clients, magagaling eh. Warehouse, sa warehouse nila. They're a manufacturing company. Meron silang big banner. Tarpaulin, in fact. Saying na, you can also visit our website and you can also buy it here online. And some of our clients, sa damit nila, sulat yung website. Buy online. So, alam mo yun, sometimes kasi, hinihiwalay kasi ng mga entrepreneurs. Online is online, offline is offline. So you don't like cross-sell each other. So yun medyo hirap. So broadcasting. Okay. So in broadcasting, it's very important yung frequency. Frequency. What does that mean? Mga content kasi natin, kunyari, feel lang natin, post ako ngayon. Tapos, afterwards, medyo maging tahimik ka na. Hindi ganun eh. So, ang broadcasting, if you, let's say, education, you have to plan it out. Sabihin mo, ano ba yung mga tips and ano ba yung mga articles na gusto ko ilabas at ipakita at i-share sa ibang tao. So, naka-plan out niyan at the least siguro man lang 6 months to a year. And then you add more sa mga current stories mo, yung mga current chismis mo related sa trend. So ganun dapat. It's not like, instant, ngayon meron akong gustong sulatin, gusto i-post sa Instagram or in Facebook. And then come next month na yung sumunod kasi hindi mo alam kung anong po-post mo na. So it's not like that. You have to plan it out. Kasi kundi mag-i-stop at mag-i-stop talaga siya. You have to create a content. And take note, do not plagiarize. What does that mean, do not plagiarize? Kasi, alam ni Google kung plagiarize yung article mo. So you might get penalized. Ganun ka smart ang online. They're so smart. So do not plagiarize. You create your content, or maybe you can paraphrase some of it, get some from different sources, di ba? So frequency is key in broadcasting. Next, now what? Now what? Paano ko bebentahan itong si Secretary Kim? If I know branding, I know broadcasting, now what? You have to utilize different online platforms. And let me share with you an overview of different online platforms so that at least you have an idea and which online platforms to go into. So, but before that, I need to know kung ano yung ino-offer ng business mo at sino ang target. So you can actually send it a message, message box sa Zoom. But I'm gonna proceed. So offerings, ano ba yung offerings? Products or services? What do you offer? Products or services or even both? No? Sino ba target nyo? Is it business to business or is it business to consumer? Ano ba kayo? Importer? And then you distribute to your dealers? Are you a manufacturer? Ano ba? Or ang target mo is you're a reseller, you're a distributor, and you're selling online. So later, I'm gonna share with you kung ano yung mas okay na i-focus, anong platform. So ito yung mga platform that I'm talking about. But there are actually a lot of different platforms, but I'm gonna focus on these 6. Search engine. Ano yung search engine? That will be the Google. No? Yung pinakasikat. No? We have Yahoo, you have Bing, but later I'm gonna share with you more of Google. Directory. Online directory. Ano ba yun? Directory. Yellow Pages, yung mga ganun. Ang daming mga directories actually. So a sample is the EYP, classified ads. Right now is Carousel. Marketplace, we have Shopee, Lazada. Social media, we have we have Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, etc., etc. And Messenger app. This is kind of latest. Medyo nag-pick in a way for me. Mas nakilala ko tong Messenger app during COVID times. So later I'm going to share with you as well. Let's start with first search engine. So this is Google. Google, for me, it applies to mga products and also services. And it will be best fit for business to business. Yung mga mahihirap hanapin ng mga produkto, okay yan eh. Yung mga tipong may mga model pa ng product, hindi nila mahanap elsewhere, yan. Google is your friend. So let me share with you what Google is all about in a very layman term explanation. So basically, Google is a referral system. Again, Google is a referral system. I'll give you an example. If you're looking for lawyer, in Chinese, 你那咧找证司，不是证司哈，证司。Okay, referral. So 2 lawyers, 有兩個證司。One is Kesterson, referred by a lot of friends, Kesterson. And the other one is also a good lawyer, but no one who refers this good lawyer. But they are actually offering the same service fee. So now nang itong si Kesterson kaplitige. Then in nange kasi sangke ka. Dibek win siya nga. So the question is, who will you choose? Is it lawyer 1, Kesterson, or lawyer 2, the good lawyer? Both have the same price. What do you think? Definitely, syempre, di ba, Kesterson, no? Syempre, nag-refer nung business, associate ko, sabi, Kesterson, magaling. So I'll choose Kesterson. So it's the same as Google. So how does that work? Di ba, ang daming information sa Google. But Google, the objective of Google is to present to you the best information. Kasi kung hindi, wala nang pupunta sa Google eh. Kunya nag-search ako ng shoes, no? Ng Nike shoes. Tapos ang mga lumalabas, hindi naman yan yung brand. So it's not effective for Google, 'di ba? Ang Google again is a referral system. It wants to show you the best search result. So, going back, Google, paano sila kumikita? How do they earn? Primarily, advertisement. So later, I'm going to share with you what it means. Kung ano ba itsura ng ads. So, and also different sections of Google search result. Okay, as you can see here, yan. Ads. As you can see, meron nakasulat na ad, meaning it's an advertisement. So right now you can see my ads and there's my competitor as well. So advertisement. So I pay Google for that. You know, how do Google charge? Kasi basically before going to advertisement, kasi this is the myth, no, or misconception. One does not simply get to the top of Google. Kasi yung mga iba yung isip, okay, paggawa nga akong website kay Jeff. No? Tapos sabihin niya, pag na-launch namin yung website, tapos balikan ako. But di namin mahanap sa first page yung website namin. So, yari, di ba? So, I really have to educate mga customers. Again, not because you have a website, you will be on the top. If you really want to be at the top, immediately, and then bagong-bago pa lang yung website mo, it's like your first website, then you may need to invest in advertisement. So how does advertisement work in Google Ads? It's pay-per-click. So result-based siya, pay-per-click. So meaning, kung click mo yung advertisement, doon lang mag-charge si Google. So take note, do not click my advertisement. Ha? Kasi ayoko magbayad ng additional. Do not try it. But again, it's pay-per-click. And also, in terms of like, syempre, like kami sa website design and development, there are a lot of competitors. So ngayon, ang question is, sino ipapakita ni Google sa top? So maraming competitors. Bidding yan. Not only bidding, so that doesn't mean no, yung nasa top ako ngayon, that doesn't mean that I'm paying more than the second advertisement. You still have to optimize the advertisement. There are ways of optimizing it. So it's not only about cost. Bakit? Sabi ni Google, di ba? Kunyari, you're selling an Adidas shoes. To be specific, Adidas red rubber shoes. And kunyari, may nag-search ng Nike t-shirt. Nike shirt. And dun sa Adidas na shoes, you want to show in the Google Ads. Pag kunyari may nag-search ng Nike t-shirt, gusto mo pakita yung Google Ads mo na Adidas shoes. Pwede sa pwede, but Google knows that, oh, you're not selling t-shirt, you're selling shoes. But if you are willing to pay me more, a lot more, perhaps I'll show your advertisement. Diba? So, in a way, pwede. So, but it's not optimized kasi hindi siya related eh. Diba? Yung Adidas shoes tapos t-shirt yung isa Nike pa yung brand. It's not related. So that's how Google actually, there's an algorithm for them to identify sino ba talaga ang tatap natin sa ads. So that's Google advertisement. Let's move on. Siyempre, some of us, entrepreneurs, we don't want to pay advertisement. So ano pa ba pwede natin gawin, di ba? So next slide is organic. You didn't pay Google, it's referred to you. Like yung kaninang sample ko about Kesterson, no? It's referred to you. Dito, you can see my, I'm at the second spot, no, high 6. So iManila is at the top, which is a very established company. However, may tips yan para lumabas ka. I'm gonna share with you how. But before that, I have to share some technicalities in a way, basic lang naman, terminology, so don't get overwhelmed by it. Ang Google, if you want to have this platform as search result, Google, if you're gonna use Google, Yahoo, Bing, then you need to have a website. So you need to have a website. Anong advantage of having a website rather than, let's say, I create a Facebook page, I create an Instagram business account? What's the difference? The only difference, or the main difference I want to share is, in website, you have full control, unlike other platforms. What does full control means? If I'm not so sure if you are familiar with an online platform before called Multiply. So, pwede ka magbenta kasi sa Multiply. So, para siyang social network platform. However, Multiply shut down. So, nung sarado si Multiply, pati yung store mo sarado rin. That's a problem. Facebook, hindi natin alam kung gaano katagal si Facebook, no? Kung mag-stay si Facebook, pero malakas talaga sila. But I'm saying that you don't own that platform. So they can actually do some changes every time. mapapansin mo naman, di ba, yung Facebook na yung interface niya, iba itsura na naman. Nasa na naman tong link na to, hindi mo naman mahanap. So, they change every time. So the rules change every time. They are the one who handles all these rules. So, pag website, you control the whole website, your own website. Now, let me share with you, if you want to have a website or ano, there are some requirements. Ito yun. First requirement, domain name. Ano ba ang domain name? It's like registering sa DTI. You have to reserve the name. Domain name is important. Yan yung, like for example, yun sa case ko, high6.com, HIGH6.com. No one can buy this name because I bought the name. That's the domain name. Yung .com, .ph, yan yung domain extension. .ph, .net, whatever other domain extension. So importante yan. Domain name is important. Next is web host or yung server. What does that mean, web host? It is almost like, if I'm gonna do some analogy, web host, yan yung lote, lot. Website is the house. So you cannot build the house without a web host. Kasi wala kang lote. So you need to have a web host first before you build the house. So yun yung web host. Then website, yan yun. It goes the same with applications as well. Okay? That's the basic requirements of website. Next, so as I mentioned, no, itong particular search engine platform, the good thing here is you can have a form, a contact form. So what does that mean? You can actually ask name, emails, etc., and then get those information. And then you can actually catch those information and perhaps pass it to another system. Like for example, nakabili ako ng Goldilocks cake before online. And now they're actually texting me and saying, uy, meron kaming promo. So how did they do that? It's because I was their customer online. So you can also do that. Yung maganda. Next. So ito na yung tips on how to rank without paying advertisement. So ano ba tong tips na to? Search engine optimization. Search engine optimization. What is this search engine optimization? First is, I'm going to talk about key phrases. What is key phrases? Key phrases is, di ba punta ka sa Google search, ano ba yung sinesearch mo dun? Ano ba yung, kunyari, naghahanap ka, website. If you're looking for website design, whatever. So ano ba ilalagay mo dun sa search? So yun yung key phrases. You have to know who are your customers or target customers, target prospects. Paano ba sila mag-search? Yan yung key phrases. You need to know that. Header tags. What does a header tags means? Header tags is like an outline. Di ba kapag gumagawa tayo ng Microsoft Word, let's say there's a table of content. Importante yan sa Google eh. Google wants it organized. If let's say ito yung header 1 means important rather than header 2. So ganun siya. So Google likes it organized. So header tags. So that in terms of like sa web developer, you can actually do a screenshot of that and send it to them, making sure that they actually does it. And next is the meta description. Ito yung summary of your whatever the content of the web page. Meta description. So if you do a Google search, later I'm going to show you what meta description is. There's like a short description about that page. Very important din yun in terms of search engine. And lastly is the internal links. Internal links, these are basically mga link sa content. May kunyari, let's say if I'm like selling Hai Dilaw instant hot pot, sabihin ko, Hai Dilaw instant hot pot is can be purchased in, tapos may link, online store, ganyan, whatever na dun sa content na yon. But it's important that yung link na yon, do not say just click here or view this page or whatever na learn more. Hindi dapat ganon. You have to put in the key phrases. Example of that. Oh, may hot selling instant hot pot ngayon. And you can buy, it's called Hai Dilaw. Hai Dilaw, this Hai Dilaw can be a link this Haidilao link to the web page na pwede sila bumili ng Haidilao or further information about Haidilao. So with that kasi si Google, it actually reads through your content. And then, pag nakita niya, uy, link, itong link na to. So ano ba nakasulat dito sa link? And then sino ba siya? Sino ba yung nililink niya? So Google actually knows that, at least nababasa niya. Kesa yun, babasa tapos biglang click here. Ano ibig sabihin ng click here, di ba? It doesn't make any meaning for Google. Click here. What's this page all about? So yan yung internal links. You can actually do a screenshot and send it to your developer about it. Next, we talk about directories. Online directories. So ano ba ito in olden days? Yellow page, di ba? Yung yellow page ko, pang punas na lang eh. So, yung yellow page, electronic, this time is electronic yellow page. As you can see, there's a search by product, search by services. So this applies to products and service for business to business. I feel that this is more of a business to business, but business to consumer, okay rin naman to be listed in a directory. Sometimes it really helps in terms of search engine ranking. And there are a lot of specific directory depending on your service. Like kunyari, another service that I actually provide is hosting, wedding host. So there are directory for mga wedding suppliers. Yeah. So there are specific directory to your industry. How do they earn? They have additional features like you can have a website, additional website, or if you want to show your website link, yan yung mga kailangan mo magbayad for that, and also advertisement. Just to share with you, ito yung tip. If you have like products and services, try searching online. And if it shows some directory links, like for example, sa akin, I search web development company. So it shows this one is from Good Firms and the other one is Clutchco. So makikita mo, they're actually stating the top web development company. So if you actually click on it, you'll notice that it's like a directory. So you want to be listed there. Itong mga directory na to, kung ano yung mga lumabas at the top search result, dapat nandun yung company mo. You can ask the author of that particular website and see how you can actually have your company listed. Very important din yan. Ako, nagkaroon din ako ng mga additional clients because of those directories. Sabi niya, uy, nahanap kita dito sa directory na to. So it does work in a way. It doesn't hurt if you actually have those information in the directory. Next, si Google, meron din siyang directory. It's called the Google Business Listing. And Google Business Listing, free lang yan. And if your business is listed in Google Business Listing, kita ka na rin sa Waze, kita ka na rin sa Grab. So if you lalamove, just search. So check it out. It's easy actually to create a Google Business Listing if you don't have it yet. Next, let me talk about what is classified ads. So classified ads. Ito, ngayon yung sikat na classified ads is the carousel. I'm not so sure if you have actually saw their advertisement. They bought OLX. They bought OLX. And previous to OLX is Sulit. I'm not so sure kung nakapag-post kayo sa Sulit. But just to share with you, I started my web development service sa Sulit. I got my first few clients in Sulit. So I'm very thankful to Sulit. And in terms of like sa carousel, you can also sell services and products. And this is more of a B2C, business to consumers. So how do they earn? Primarily advertisements. So do check them out. There are some specific classified ads na talagang targeted sa service mo or sa industry mo. So yeah, yun yung carousel. But let's move on. This one, as you know, your favorite, perhaps that's my favorite. Lazada din, okay, but I love Shopee more. Why? Later I'll share with you why. But firstly, you can post your products. This is actually more of products, services and then products. good for B2B and B2C, business to business, business to consumer. So in the traditional, if you're gonna compare it in the traditional business, this is like a mall, shopping mall. Diba? A lot of people like to go shopping, but this one is online. But before I continue about Shopee, how do they earn? Commission and advertisement. Commission and advertisement. So I'm gonna share with you some slides about Shopee. If you have products, if you're selling products. So here, you can see yung product na inad namin. Very simple lang naman. And on the middle and on the right side, it's better na dapat lahat naka-check para your company or what you're selling, your store will be a preferred seller. So very simple lang naman. You just have to check out kung ano yung requirements ba ni Shopee. Yung dapat walang cancelled order, dapat okay mga review, ganyan. Tapos I want to highlight, I'm not so sure if everyone that's using Shopee knows about it, but you should know about it. You can boost your product. That's on the left side. As you can see, I click on itong particular drop down and then there's a boost. So you can boost para tumaas yung product mo and it's free. It's free. So do that for all your products, boost it. Although they have a limitation, like you can only boost, like if I'm not mistaken, 4 or 5 products. But if let's say customers or prospects search about this particular product, most likely your chances of showing your product is pretty high. So boosting. Next, alam mo, itong mga platforms na to, they are actually merging different features. Like for example, Shopee. Ang Shopee ngayon, they have like social aspect. Now they have live streaming, they have feeds, no? You can actually connect with the seller. So very interesting. Very interesting. Later you'll see other platforms, ganun naman, iba naman, baliktad. And one thing that I love about Shopee, I'm not very familiar with Lazada, but I like this in Shopee, is the free shipping. Free shipping, not the customer side, but the seller side. So kapag umabot ka na like 500 and up, you don't have to pay for the shipping fee. But of course, it depends on the dimension of your product. But you don't have to pay it, like for example, 900 plus yung transaction. But the shipping fee is shouldered by Shopee. Saya, di ba? Hindi lang yan, pipick up pa sa bahay or sa warehouse. Saan ka pa, di ba? Why don't you try selling it Shopee? So what they do is, as you can see, yung total niya, magkaiba, no? Because they charge a commission of around, I think they'll actually have it increase to 1.5% or 2% commission per transaction. It's still okay kung free shipping naman, di ba? Okay, and if let's say you have a retail shop sa mga malls, you can also register as a special shops. Special shops is like they have like a Shopee mall na ito yung mga talagang what do you call this? Verified seller na mga shops. So special shops because they sometimes actually give special vouchers, free shipping vouchers through itong special shops, sa mga special shops only. So you can actually consider that. Next, what I'm going to share with you is social media. So I'm sure maraming gusto na ito, yung social media. It actually applies to products, services, even B2B, B2C. By the way, yung kanina yung Shopee, it can also be, yung mga marketplace, it can also be B2B. Kasi wholesale. And sometimes actually people buy from Shopee and reselling it. So it becomes like in a way, a B2B style. And dropshipper as well, yung mga wala naman sa kanila yung produkto, biglang i-ship na lang nung seller. But I won't be going into that in details. So let's focus on social media. Ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng social? Social means interaction, right? So traditionally, kung wala pang social media, it's like networking. I go to network, I socialize, and I give out business cards and close some deals, etc. But this one is in an online platform setting, online setting. So social media. Well, Facebook. Let me share with you first itong nakasulat na 6. These are just some of the social media. We have Facebook, LinkedIn, we have Instagram, Twitter, and we have YouTube and TikTok. Ayan, hot ngayon ng TikTok. Let's go first Facebook and LinkedIn. So Facebook and LinkedIn, para sa akin, initially when Facebook actually started, it's more of like sharing your personal updates, ganyan, diba? Showing your kids, showing your family, showing you the food, no? Taking pictures. So si LinkedIn naman, it's more of a corporate type of online platform. So you showcase your skills, you show your kung saan ka nag-aral, saan ka nag-work, and of course, build your credibility in terms of like corporate expertise in LinkedIn. So ganun naman siya. You post mostly mga education stuff, related, inspiration, whatever, sa LinkedIn. But of course, these two platforms actually evolve. There are a lot of more features in those platforms. And then we have the Instagram and Twitter. Instagram is more photos before. You actually post mga photos. Kapag kumain ka, before ka kumain, take photo, no? And then do a filter. Gaganda na yung picture, di ba? So you post it. Sabihin na iba, wow, ganda. Sarap. Because of filters. But Instagram, so you update it frequently, medyo current. Si Twitter is almost ganun din, current, pero it's more of text. You update what you're doing, you're going to the restroom, whatever. Kung ikaw ay isang sikat, no, actor, actress, people want to know what you're doing. Next, YouTube and TikTok. So ano ba yung difference nito? YouTube will be the videos. It also acts like a search engine. So videos, you can search for videos, a particular recipe, yeah, YouTube. TikTok is more of short videos. Mga may fun aspect, no? Fun filters. I haven't really started creating TikTok, but I installed TikTok and saw some crazy videos. Actually, nakakaaliw siya, no? Entertaining. So that's TikTok. Later, I'm gonna share with you those kind of stuff. Kung ano ba ibig sabihin ng mga to. The primary key in terms of social media, I want to highlight, the primary key for you to be able to sell in social media is for your post to stand out and not be boring. It should stand out. So kung boring siya, hindi siya masyadong papansinin ng mga tao. So, and some of them in business, they use it for promotion. Yun nga, yung kanina sinabi ko in terms of broadcasting the stories, the education, the promotion, but sa mga hindi pa married, mga singles, they use this for like stalking, love life. But of course, we're not talking about that. We're talking about business. So you're not gonna stalk someone, right? So ito mga social media, the primary earning is advertisements. Okay, next. So just a quick stats lang. We have like, ito 2019 pa nga ito, 76 million active social media users. So that's like 71% of the Philippines. And then the average is 4 hours and 12 minutes. Feel ko mas mahaba pa yung social media kaysa work eh. So 71%, imagine that. If you're a business, you have to be in social media. Kasi that's more than half of the population of the Philippines, di ba? And I'm gonna share with you some terminology lang in social media. Baka we have some uncles and aunties doesn't know it. So let me share with you the first one. Ano ibig sabihin ng hashtag? Sige nga, ano ibig sabihin ng hashtag? So hashtag, if you like put a hashtag and then put some words, that means you're like categorizing it. There are some existing mga hashtag like food, hashtag food, delicious food, whatever. Yun mga yon, may mga sikat na hashtag. No? Everyone, like, if they're like posting pictures of the food, they actually put that hashtag. So it's important for you, if you're as a business, you should know na kung anong mga hashtag na babagay sa industry mo. If it's food, if it's particular products. So you can actually tag it. The reason why we tag the hashtag, we put the hashtag is because when people are looking for a particular samgyupsal or samgyup na dish, no? So they type hashtag samgyup, and then all the samgyup, the post will be shown. So ngayon, ay, meron pala dito, pwede pala bumili dito, no? Pwede pala ako kumain pa ng samgyup sa bahay, no? So hashtag is very important. And again, it's not yung creating unique hashtag, because sometimes people don't know about the particular hashtag. So it's more of the existing hashtag, yung mga sikat na hashtag. And unlike yung before, not before, no? Sa mga weddings, like di ba mga weddings, there's like, we have a hashtag in this wedding. You just post all the photos, the memorable photos, pictures, and post it into this hashtag. So iba yun, no? Kasi kailangan unique yun. Kasi pag kunyari, pumunta ako, hashtag Meg and Jeff. Tapos ang daming lumabas na hindi naman Meg and Jeff. Ayaw naman natin yun. So that's unique. But in business, it should be something that is known. Next terminology. Ito, ano tawag dito? So what if I told you blank can be used for marketing? Meme ba? So actually, the pronunciation is meme. For some of the uncles and aunties, you might not know, but what is meme? So ito is an example of meme. No? If you know, this particular picture is from the Matrix, and actually nag-change lang yung text. So another example of meme, let me share with you. Ito. So some companies actually use meme to actually promote their products. As you can see, why are they doing this? Yun nga, ayaw natin boring, gusto natin stand out pag nagpo-post. So something that can stick. But I'm not saying that memes is for all audience. Like for example, itong picture na to from Ruffles. No? The original picture is on the right side, as you can see. Babae talaga tinitignan nyo, hindi yung Ruffles. No? So some people, some audience will think, oh, nakakatawa naman to. Because that particular photo on the right, sumikat siya. Kaya nakaka-relate sila, hindi nakita ko na to eh. Ito naman titignan nyo, yung Ruffles. So sometimes it's funny, it's unique, and there are some memes that are video. So importante again is stand out. But to use meme, you have to be very careful as well. Feel ko itong Ruffles they talk to the photographer. So this is actually a stock photo na sumikat sa, if I'm not mistaken, sa Spain. So I'm sure Ruffles as a company, yung lace and I'm sure they cover that in licensing. So be careful on the licensing. Kasi kapag sumikat yan at you're making money through your meme, nako, you will receive a letter. So you need Kesterson's help. No? Pag ganyan. Okay, next. Social media, let's talk about Facebook. This is one of my friends. As you can see, this food, Charlemagne, Bistro Charlemagne, nag-post siya saan? Sa Phil Chai Hodim group. So I'm gonna share with you what is the meaning of group, what's the meaning of page. No? Later, I'm gonna show you some examples and what's the importance of Facebook group and what's the importance of Facebook page. So I'm not so sure kung how many customers did Charlene got from by posting this particular nice and delicious food photos. As you can see, maganda yung photo. Important yan sa branding. So later I'm gonna share with you, but before that, let me share with you page naman. So ano ba yung group? Ano ba yung page? So this is a page. Page is like your store. Group, like Phil Chai Hodim, is a specific group with a specific interest. Of course, if it's in Chinese pala, Hochai Hodim is, in English, it's delicious food and also yung mga drinks, yung beverage. So, of course, if people goes to that group, they're expecting for good food, mga suggestions. So, yan yung groups. Again, Facebook page is your business page. So, dapat medyo aligned in terms of branding, brand image. Groups is for you to like network, interact. So, yun. Facebook. So, we have Facebook page, Facebook group. Next is, Facebook has a marketplace. So, di ba kanina I talk about Shopee and then Carousel. Akalain mo pati Facebook, pati marketplace, pinatulan ni Facebook eh. So, kaya may mga nawalan talaga na I think OLX that time is like a little bit shaky. Dinagdagan pa ng Facebook marketplace, no? So eventually, Facebook will have its own shop, e-commerce shop. It's already launched in the US, but they'll be launching soon. So in your Facebook page, you can create a product, and at the same time, you can add a shop button, and then you can also, once you add the shop button, once you click on it, it will go to a payment gateway, a payment portal for you to pay from Facebook. So ganun kalupit nun. Kinukuha na lahat ni Facebook. Okay, so going back to the Facebook page, here are some tips. If you want to create a Facebook page, there's a name. There's a name sa Facebook page. I'm not so sure if it's still allowed, but for me, for my case, and for my wife's case, diba, I want to promote like my wedding MC. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the name of my Facebook page, Jeffrey Yu, Filipino Chinese Wedding MC. Ang haba, di ba? What's the reason for that? Like kunyari si Meg, si wife ko, it's Meg Yu Makeup. Tapos meron pa akong dagdag, Makeup Artist Philippines. So dinagdagan namin yung name. So what's the reason for adding that description or that particular service? Kasi sa Facebook, yung sa searching niya, ang hirap di ba mag-search, hindi siya tulad ng Google. So if let's say you're searching for makeup artist, you won't actually search for Meg Yu. You'll search makeup artist. That's the key phrase that you're gonna put. So chances of the page of my wife will be shown mas mataas kasi meron siyang makeup artist. So that's some tips that you can actually try. I'm not so sure if Facebook still allows it, but ganun pa rin yung Facebook page ko. In terms of like high six, I put in website design, e-commerce development company. So ganun pa rin. I do have some increase in Facebook as well, not only in Google. So yeah. Let's go back to the groups. This is a very nice group for Phil Chai. This is the Phil Chai Tauke group. It's very niche, as you can see. No? Not to stereotype or whatever, but importante kasi sa groups is niche market. So if let's say you're talking about NBA cards, yung mga interest NBA cards, it should be specific. It can also be specific to a particular location. Sabihin mo, like itong Phil Chai Tauke, they're targeting on more of Phil Chai. So there are some groups, like there's one very famous group, Bounce Back Philippines. No? They're targeting more of mga businesses that are affected and how are we going to cope up. So it's very specific. If you're gonna create a group, it should be very specific in terms of interest as well. Kasi kung general, pagpunta ko, ano bang purpose na itong Facebook group, di ba? So FB group. And Viber, I'm not so sure kung very current lahat, but there's a Facebook group na Viber directory. Later, I'm gonna share with you yung messaging app, which is Viber. But very important for you to know the directory or what particular Viber group you can join. So later I'm gonna share with you. But another thing that I'm gonna share is yung tips dito. Not so recent, it's like a month or two ago, I posted a video in Let's Eat Pare. That time, wala talaga kaming ka-idea. No? What is this instant hot pot? Ang mahal-mahal. So pinilit lang kami na bilhin. Tapos sabi, i-video mo. Tapos sabi niya, video mo. It takes like, syempre, hindi ako mahilig mag-video. Nakakaya naman. But since pinilit kami nung isang friend, sige, video na lang. So binideo namin and sabi, i-post mo, no? I-post natin. Now, before we post, sabi ko, sige nga, research ko nga, ano ba tong brand na to, yung Haidilao. So, na-realize ko, sikat pala talaga tong Haidilao. So, we posted it in Let's Eat Pare. Buti na, hindi kami chinarge, no? But we posted it in Let's Eat Pare, and guess what? Nag-trending. In that particular evening, ang daming increase. So yung wife ko hindi natulog that day, that night. So what I'm going to share with you is this video is important in terms of social media. Authentic video. It should not be like very professionally made. Kasi wala parang hindi, scripted to That time when I made that video, there's no script at all. Parang sinabi ng wife ko, shoot mo na itong video kasi kinukulit na ako eh. So, sige, sabi ko, sige, okay lang. So, I shoot a video. And apparently, by posting this in a Facebook group called Let's Eat Pare, which is about food, we were able to sell around more than 300 cups of that instant hot pot. And to tell you, that particular hot pot is not cheap. And that time we're getting from the supplier a very high price. So that time, baka alam niyo yung price, no? But that time, ang pinost namin is 500 pesos per cup. Pero kasi hindi mataas din talaga kasi kuha namin sa supplier. But ngayon, it's like around 300 plus per cup. But we were able to sell 300 plus. So that's the power of video, authentic video. Next, Facebook, they have the chatbot. Why business should consider chatbot? Chatbot is like your additional team members that can actually answer your sales inquiry, marketing, or customer service. So it will actually have, ang chatbot kasi, if let's say someone is asking, how much does this particular item cost? Eh kung meron ka pang tao mag-propose, okay, ito sir, ito yung price. Ang hirap, di ba? Better you have a chatbot saying if let's say they're interested in item ABC, no, kapag click nila yon, lalabas, item ABC is 100 pesos. So at least your team members can do other stuff rather than answering all these questions and inquiries. And ang chatbot, eventually it can become, well, it's now, they have artificial intelligence, but you can actually check this out, yung chatbot. And there's a chatbot in Facebook that you can actually even order. Yeah, take orders for the restaurants, business. Okay, ito, you take order and they will send to the system how much, if someone ordered, yung mga ganon. So track your inventory, etc., etc. So chatbot. Next, LinkedIn. Again, this is more of for corporate, business to business. Ako kasi, I add as many executives as I can. If let's say they add me, unlike Facebook, if someone added me, kung hindi ko siya kilala, medyo ano ako eh, kung hindi ko siya kilala, hindi ko siya i-approve, no? Or depende kung maraming mutual friends, so medyo private ako. But in terms of like LinkedIn, this is a CEO or this is an executive of what particular company, sige, add. Okay, sige, accept. So yun. So the more you have in your network, you can actually connect them and message them directly if they're in your circle. And you can also create mga presentations, mga slides to further boost your skills and expertise para at least alam nila, expert pala to sa website or whatever, di ba? Next. This one is the recent one, messaging app. I think some of the participants here must know this. So messaging app, naging hot yan. Kasi di ba yung mga groups, ako may mga groups sa mga cousins ko, sa mga friends. So naglabasa yung group. And nangyari, ito, nag-transform siya in a way to a group specific. Like Facebook, di ba may specific, like kunyari food community, very specific. And then they post some mga frozen products and other food items that you can order and ask them to deliver it to you, especially during the pandemic. So there are a lot of different groups, and there are some groups na specific to mga villages. Okay rin yan, no? Some villages. If you were able to, in a way, have a contacts in that particular group na nakatira dun sa village, you can actually tap them and sell your products and services. Very, very helpful. And again, if you want to create a group sa Viber, it has to be specific. So how does Viber actually earn? Primarily ads, advertisement. You can see it here. Nakikita mo ba kung alin ang advertisement? So check it out. Ayan. If you notice, nakasulat, are you single? Grabe kapag nakita na asawa ko yan. Yari ako. And then I saw it, by visit site. So it's an advertisement. Yan. Viber actually puts ads into your Viber feed, no? So yun yung mga Viber. And Viber, as other messaging app, is also like they also have a chatbot. So chatbot like Facebook, pwede mo yang i-program. So I won't go into details about that, but at least you know the capabilities. So those are the online platforms that we have. So for the search engine, direct online directory, classified ads, marketplace, social media, and messaging app. And there are other platforms. The good thing with online is you can integrate platforms to your system. But that will be more advanced na if you have more investment. Let's say orders. Sabi mo, I have Shopee, I have Lazada, I have e-commerce site. Ang hirap naman nun, dami kong kailangan tutukan. But actually, if you have additional investment, there are ways for us to integrate it to your system. So in terms of inventory, in terms of like updating of prices, updating of new products, diba? There is a way for that since it's online. Now, you know, you have an overview of online platforms. What's next? Where to go? Which one? Ano ba yung unahin natin? Which one do you choose? So normally, ito yung time na nagkakaroon ng analysis paralysis. So very overwhelming. So I have a lot of online platforms. Ano ba? So here's a summary again, or here's the legend again. So offerings, products and service, target B2B, B2C. So ito yung just my own opinion, pero it's okay if you're into different platforms. But for me, if let's say you're selling goods and selling it to the business to business, it's important to focus on search engine. So you need to have a website. Search engine, social media, yan, hindi mawawala yung social media. Directory, very simple lang mga directory. Just post all your company information in most of the directories na sikat. So that's B2B for products. What if it's for you're selling to consumers? B2C. Products, B2C. I'll focus on, actually I can focus on marketplace first. So here I wrote down social media, para at least you get more boosting. Social media, but assuming that you already have it in a marketplace so that you can actually ask them to order via Shopee or via Lazada. And then search engine is okay as well, especially if it's a niche product. If it's a niche product, you can also have a website. Because sometimes it's hard to find items. They actually go to Google and search. Then classified ads, of course. Classified ads, you can actually sell brand new in classified ads, hindi lang second hand. And messaging app, yan na yung B2C rin yan. Messaging app, Viber. Be engaged in the community, in the group. Then next is we have the services, business to business. Services, business to business. Like for example, business to business. Search engine is very important for us. Website for me is very important. Social media to update, perhaps to share them that of my skills and expertise that they can actually contact me. We have this particular business. Social media, classified ads. Okay din kasi classified ads, they have services, not only products. Directory as well. No harm naman to post in directory. Next is services, business to consumer. Business to consumer, social media. Yan. Pero kapag services, importante para sa akin, may website. And then, ano ba itong mga services? Like mga manpower services. Yeah. Search engine, messaging app, pwede kasi consumers. You can actually post, kunyari, your cleaning service, ganyan. You can actually post it sa Viber group ng mga villages. No? I'm offering like a COVID-19 cleaning eradication service, classified ads. Yes. So ito yung mga, just my opinion. And this is what I'm gonna focus from top to bottom. Okay. Now let's kickstart your online business. Kickstart your online business, you have to wear PPE. Very simple, di ba? Pag lumalabas, wear PPE. In business, wear PPE. No? Para ma-protect yung company mo so that you can move faster, move forward. So ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng PPE? Let me share with you. PPE meaning pattern, prepare, execute. Pattern, prepare, execute. So ano yung ibig sabihin? Ano ba yung pattern? No? Let's start with P, pattern. Favorite ko to. you can see that siguro na-notice niyo yung mga online platforms. Oh, si Facebook may marketplace na, tapos may mga videos na rin, parang YouTube, di ba? Instagram may mga short videos din. So they're actually copying some concept from different online platforms. Actually, it applies as well to your business. Parang ano lang, parang sa China, magaling din sila dyan, di ba? So they actually get different products or ideas, and not only that, innovative. Kaya ang ganda ng produkto ng China. Hindi na siya yung parang made in China, bulok yan, sira kaagad. Diba? Eh, yung mga cellphone ngayon, most likely, a huge percentage is a China phone. And now we have a China car. So it's more of like, you get what is good in the other business, your competitors perhaps, or some ideas from different business, from different industry, and get it from there and see how you can actually apply it into your industry or in your business. So yan yung ibig sabihin ng pattern and innovate. So you can actually check out their website, how they do the advertisements, and paano ba sila mag-promote, no? Ano ba yung mga promotion? Sometimes I stalk businesses. How do they promote? Diba? Ano ba yung normally? Ano yung text na nilalagay nila? Ano yung susulat nila? Kung maraming likes yan, titignan ko, paano ba yung ginawa yan? Diba? You do some research work. So you stalk, not personal, no? You stalk the business and how they post. So check all big brands as well. Kung paano, kasi they are paying a lot of money to the digital marketers. But in fact, so if you're bootstrapping, you can actually check out their ideas. Even mga billboards, di ba? Kung traditional billboards, paano ba ginawa yan, di ba? Ano ba yung model, ano ba yung color, sino model ba yung ginamit nila, effective ba? Well, we won't know, but these are mga big brands. Okay? So pattern and innovate. Next, I just want to share with you kung bakit ganun siya kabilis, no, in terms of like pattern and innovate, because there's this Google. So you just need to search, and sabi nga nila yung information na meron natin ngayon is even more information than the past president of the USA can have, no? So ngayon Google stores all those information. You just have to filter it out. So and just a tip, ito tip lang to. Sometimes it's okay to find mga not competitors, mga businesses na related to your industry in other country. Let me repeat that. It's good also to check out businesses like website nila in other countries. However, ito yung challenge, kasi if let's say you're using Google, Google is localized. Localized meaning when you search a particular key phrase, most likely it will show more of mga Philippines na website. You won't see like, if let's say I type in web development companies, most of it are Philippines. So I won't be able to see like the web development company in the USA or in Australia and other stuff. So you can do that by having a virtual private network. So what does that mean? Yung virtual private network. Basta may gagawin siya sa ISP, you don't really have to know that. Basta VPN, you change your location to, let's say, USA. So you'll be able to find all this information, all these companies from US, not Philippines. And then you can actually stalk them one by one. So that's pattern. Next is prepare. Prepare and commit. So what does prepare means? Diba kung if you're actually a chef or a cook, you prepare all the meals, you prepare all the ingredients, and once everything is organized and once you actually mix it up, it's delicious. So you have to also prepare if you're going to go online. So kanina nag-pattern ka, you have ideas now what you want to have in your online business. Now we have to prepare it. Let's break it down into smaller pieces so that you know kung paano, para it's not going to be overwhelming. So here's the checklist. If you want to go into online business, here's the checklist. Look at it. Creatives. Importante yan. Kasi mahirap naman if you want to build a website and then you lack a lot of pictures, etc. Then how can a web developer actually develop your site? So creatives, at least man na you have a logo, a high-res one. Mostly, meron mga Cover photos din yan, di ba, sa Facebook. Minsan may mga photos na yung cover photo, di ba? So most of the online platform may cover photo rin yan, and then may photo for the logo or some smaller one. So you have to prepare that. At least meron ka nun. Pictures. Posting pictures. There are a lot of mga royalty-free stock photos na subscription-based. Perhaps you can subscribe it. Unless meron kang photographer in your business, you can ask your photographer on what to take. And then, important, product and service photo. As I mentioned, kapag pangit yung produkto, yung photo, ano yun? Turn off yun sa customers. Branding, like fonts. What fonts to use, what colors. A while ago, we talked about brand image, branding. Next is content. Content. Ano ba talaga yung vision ng business mo? Ikaw yun eh. Ikaw yung magsasabi nun. You're the owner. You cannot ask a consultant to tell you what's the vision of the company. You need to know that. So with that, you also know your target customers. Target customers. Ano ba itong mga to? Ano bang age of normal target customers? Ano ba yung mga position nila? Are they purchasing manager? Very important. Company overview. At least dapat man lang meron kang company overview, no? Hindi yung yung pag may website ko, gagawa ng website, saka gagawa ng company overview. Hindi. Dapat you have a company overview. At the least man lang, di ba? Product details, very important as well. You can have like a product and then on details mo yung name lang, di ba? So, although sometimes medyo mahirap talaga. Kunyari, if you're a reseller, it's not that easy to come up with details, but it's good to have because product details, the more content you have, it actually can help in terms of search engine. Kasi Google loves content, di ba? And next is, if you're doing online selling, you need to know logistics, yung shipping mo. Magkano ba ito kapag may bumili na ito, kung i-deliver ko, magkano ba ito? You have to prepare that. This is a checklist. Because if you don't have this, it's gonna be hard for you to transition. So at least man lang you have this basic checklist, check it out, creatives and content. Next. So pattern. Once you have all these ideas, you prepare all your content, and of course, lagi nakakalimutan, execution. Execution, and be consistent. Like what I mentioned in terms of broadcasting, it should be regular. It's not like a one-time thing. Oh, nag-post na ako, okay na yan. No. Then it's not like that. You have to plan it out. Frequency. Okay? So let me share with you kung ano yung mga one-time execution, in a way one-time, and then recurring execution. So one time, let me share. Website setup, one time lang yan. You ask someone to do a website, and that's it. You just update the website, but the design is there, one time. Product shoot, if you hire a photographer, so let's say you have 200 products na shoot na lahat, in-upload, may photos ka na, one time. So, yung chances naman mag-change yung itsura ng product mo, hindi naman siguro ganun kadalas, di ba? Product uploading, yes, data encoding. Most of the time, one time. Social media business page setup, mga FB page or mga Instagram business. So, one time. You don't have to set up a lot of business pages. Directory. Actually, hindi ko pala nalagay dito. One time, mga online directories. You just post in yung mga website mo, anong website link, ano bang services mo, anong products yung offer mo in the description, and that's one time. Bilis lang yan. One time. This one time. And then there's another column, recurring. If you're gonna syempre, may mga updates yan. Prices, stock inventory, promotions, yan. Una, mga updates. Or yung mga regular posting mo ng mga news, stories. Those are updates. Education, educate, di ba? As I mentioned, educate is very important. How you can add value to the prospect so that they will remember you. In return, they might buy from you. So educate. You have to plan it out. No? Hindi lang yung you educate once and that's it. So you have to create more content to really make your company exciting for the prospect. Now, meron na naman bagong content to. Promotion, campaigns. Kayo rin yung magsasabi niya as an owner. Ano ba? May buy one, take one ba yan? May referral program ka ba? So yun. Promotion. Regular din yan. Hindi lang one time. Research. Ito, research. Research is like kanina, sabi ko pattern. Diba? You actually monitor your competitors. how are they doing na, di ba? During COVID, kamusta na ba? Research them. So you'll notice na some of the companies during COVID times, let's say their dental clinic or their more of mga medyo malapitan na face to face, may face to face contact. So what do they do? How do they promote their services? As you can see, they're promoting like meron silang mga safety measures. Yung mga restaurants, they post in a lot of mga videos, di ba? Like before you enter, you have to like take a temperature check, and then makikita mo yung like si East Ocean, di ba? Meron pa silang QR code para type in mo yung for contact tracing. Oh, that's an idea that you can actually implement your business. But sharing that post will actually, in a way, assure their customers that it's safe. It's safe to eat here in our restaurant. And then, of course, if you're online selling, order monitoring. Sino mag-handle ng logistics mo, di ba? Sino ba magsasabi sa logistics na, okay, you can pick it up? Sino mag-empake nun? Importante yan. Recurring. So these are recurring tasks and the one-time tasks. So let me share with you some of the pwede nyo i-hire. If let's say you have ample money, you want to have additional manpower, perhaps you might consider mga graphic artist that knows how to take photos as well. No? At least may taste, no? Alam niya kung anong pangit, anong maganda. So very creative and self-learner. Yan. Okay yan. To have that in your team. Kasi you're going to do it regularly. You're gonna post regularly. So okay yan. Content writer, another thing. Another skills or another team member that you can actually ask to join in your business. Diba? Mag-write ng mga creative post, mga catchy copyrights, yan. Copywriters yan. And perhaps they can also encode blogs or mga articles. They can help in terms of creating those content. Okay yan. If you have graphic artists, you have a content writer, or you can have both, no? Content writer na siya, graphic artist pa yan. Oh, galing nun. Makamahal lang yung bayad per month. But it's a good to have. Because recurring, again, it's a recurring task. Now, let me ask you, perhaps you have played this before. If you're playing a game, Street Fighter, I love that. So, may mission yan, di ba? And then, normally, you can select the levels. Easy, medium, and hard. Easy, medium, and hard. This online business is something like that. When you start, it's like, you select, oh, ano ba tayo? Easy ba tayo, medium, or hard? So, saan ba kayo? What do you think? Do you want easy, medium, or hard? So I heard someone say hard, no? Para may challenge. Okay, good. Hard. Hard, the advantage is minimal lang yung cost. Very minimal. So if you're gonna like go into this particular online business, transforming the online business, hard, minimal cost. If you don't have much investment, hard is the best. Pero you have to do it yourself. DIY. DIY, actually, there are a lot of platforms like kunyari website, may mga do-it-yourself website din, mga Wix or Shopify. You can actually do it yourself. You can learn. No? There are a lot of resources out there. You can do that, especially if you have a passion in terms of technology. Go ahead, DIY. And Google is your friend. Again, Google have lots of information, loads of information. All the resources is in there. You can become a certified Google analytics or Google consultant just by Google, learning, searching. So yeah, hard, yeah. But of course, I'm not so sure how much time will it consume. Time is also a factor in a way, diba? Siyempre, you cannot buy back time. So that's the hard part. So some of you said, easy ba? Easy, you want easy? Easy if you have a lot of, yung pocket mo medyo malaki talaga, no? Then easy is the easiest way to go in. However, it's a little bit expensive. So you outsource everything. You hire a consultant, you hire a digital agent. Digital agency will do the checking of the influencers, give you ideas, and all at the same time execute, do all your graphics related, and even do your website. They'll subcon it to us. Just kidding. However, this one, easy nga siya, but you have to do your own due diligence because expensive yan. It can go hundreds of thousands. And paano kung hindi nag-perform? Diyari, di ba? You need to make it clear sa contract na kung may na-miss out, may penalty or etc. So you have to be very careful because it's quite an amount. And next, meron ba nagsabi medium? Medium, yes. Affordable. So medium, affordable, ano ba pwede dito? You outsource the one-time work, and the rest, the recurring work, you can actually do it yourself or hire someone. So that's medium. So at least mix, no? You have experts, those you can, yung mga one-time naman, you hire an expert to do it, and then yung iba sa team members na. You can actually check your resources, the skills of your team. So maybe some of you magaling naman sa IT, di ba? You let them do it. You don't have to outsource it. It really depends on the resources and the skill set of your team members. So that's a medium, so that you can actually lower the cost and lower the risk as well. Paano kung hindi nag-perform? So that's easy, medium, and hard. Okay, that's about it. Oh, you didn't take notes? Ano yan? That ends my presentation. But it's okay, I'll summarize it. And you can actually get the presentation from me. You can contact me. So una is a B2B, so not a BB cream, but your business has to have branding and broadcasting. Brand image is very important. Yan yung impression ng mga tao sa company mo. Broadcasting, you have to announce it in the public. Kung walang broadcasting, ano yun, di ba? You're a shop in middle of nowhere. Next, we discussed about online platforms. This is Google, EYP, the carousel, marketplace like Lazada, Shopee, social media, Messenger app, Viber. So you have to be there. Again, 70+%, 71% of the population is of Philippines is using social media. Your business should be there. Online platforms. And then recently I shared the PPE. So for you to have an idea, you pattern from those who are successful. Next, you prepare. So you break it down to pieces. And then at least you know who to delegate and what to do it yourself and who to outsource. You prepare. And then of course, execute, di ba? Execute is very important. Execution, kung walang execution, walang online business. So, okay, I'm going to share with you this comic strip. Sabi, digital transformation is years away. I don't see our company having to change anytime soon. Yan yun, sabi nila. Ayun na yung COVID-19. Boom. Sorry to some of the businesses who weren't able to change. It's very sad. A lot of people are affected. So hopefully, let's start going online. Okay? So any questions, Q&A? You can actually find me also in jeffreyu.com and high6.com as well. And Christian, give the floor to you.
Yes. Grabe. I'm so impressed. Very informative, very high energy. I hope everyone also enjoyed and felt the energy of Jeff. Kasi ako dito, you know, it's 10 o'clock now, but I love the jokes. I love the memes. It's very, very interactive. So I will just probably, maraming questions actually. So what I suggest is for those people who would like to reach out to Jeff after this, you could reach out to Jeff via email, which we can also share. Chosen maybe or for super, you know, some people who are a little bit tired, they could rest. So I guess one question, Jeff, since you really, you know, you're advocating nice visuals, the really aesthetic of things. So what if someone says, Jeff, I'm not really creative. So are there any maybe resources, maybe shortcuts or templates of how to really get those kind of nice marketing materials, especially if I'm a product or if I'm starting up a website or making those nice posters?
Bilis lang yan, hire us. No, just kidding. No, there are a lot of online platforms. Again, no, ano ba yung online? No? There are mga applications that try to solve pain points. Like for example, like sabi ni Christian, no? Paano ko hindi creatives? There are some applications like canva.com. You can actually go in and create posters of Facebook. Ang bilis lang, in just few seconds or not seconds, but few minutes. So there are some applications out there. Stock photos, there are some mga subscription based. You can actually download mga videos, photos, graphics, and then you mix and match, and then you have your own graphics na. So meron at meron. You just have to Google it. Ask Google about it.
Okay, nice. So the second question is here: could I integrate my website as Lazada or Shopee vice versa? Meaning to say, let's say a Lazada Shopee seller, and I'm thinking maybe of selling on my own platform or my own website to drive traffic there, or I already have my own website, but I want to start selling to Lazada. Is there a way for me ease to so that hindi matrabaho yung the whole activity?
So you're saying na it's either Shopee or Lazada or your own e-commerce site, di ba? Parang ganun, no? So is it okay lang na mag-e-commerce site pa ako? May Shopee, Lazada naman. Personal opinion ko lang, it's good for you to have it in all channels. In all channels, whether your website or your e-commerce site. Kasi e-commerce site is you, your store. It's like kunyari sa mall, di ba? You have your store in it. Kasi kapag nawala si Shopee, nawala si Lazada, wala na yung store mo. So, but I would have it in Lazada and Shopee as well. The only challenge with that is marami kang mga order takings. You have Lazada, you have Shopee, you have e-commerce. So, ang dami, no? You have to take note of all of this. However, if you have, kung ganun ka talaga kalakas, most likely you have a lot of money to invest in. You can actually compile all these orders into one system so that everything is integrated. So that, kunyari, may nag-order sa Shopee, oops, nag-pop sa system mo, oh, may nag-order sa Shopee. Oops, may e-commerce, nag-pop, may e-commerce. Tapos lahat sila, yung inventory, yung prices, updating of prices is one. So yun. Pero initially, if you're like starting out, if you don't have much budget, I'll go with Shopee. Wala ka naman mawawala dun Diba? Or you're a startup, you start with Shopee and see if your products can sell. Kasi if you're gonna invest in e-commerce, tapos hindi ka marunong mag-promote, hindi wala din. Sayang ka lang ang pera.
Nice. Okay, probably one of our last questions here is that someone asking regarding stocks. To say maybe the products they're selling are not so essential given the time. Since you've had experience of selling products during the lockdown period, the COVID pandemic period, do you have any advice or tips on how can you better market non-essential products during this time?
Non-essential products, if you're talking about luxury items, medyo challenging yan. Pero I mean kapag pag let's say non-essential items, tayo as human, we still want some to reward ourselves, diba? Even if it's not essential. Let's say hindi naman essential ang ice cream. Pero sometimes I want ice cream, diba? So there are times that you're craving it. So you still can actually market it. But you have also to need to take note of syempre, you have to be sensitive as well to the situation, diba? So it should be aligned to that. So parang, you can reward yourself from time to time, diba? And then we have a promo, you can buy it. Yeah.
Okay, great. So that was just our last question, guys. And I guess before we do our closing and before we do we have a picture taking, Jeff, maybe you could just quickly shout out your email just in case anyone would like to ask you any questions. I see a lot of questions in the chat and I've also compiled some. Please
Sure.
So that everyone list it down.
Sure. My email address is JYU, that's Japan Yankee Uniform, @ high6.com, HIGH6.com. Yeah, hopefully to hear from you.
Okay, so next, before we do the closing, we're just gonna do a quick picture taking. So our secretary, si Judith, will take pictures. So Judith, if you can just count maybe 1, 2, 3, and then do the screenshot na lang so that we have, so everyone here has proof, diba? Because, if you're comfortable opening your video, you can do a peace sign, you could say hi. But this is proof lang that, kahit Saturday, we're staying educated and we're staying on top of the game and that we're really trying our best to be competitive during this time. So Judith, you can just count na lang, 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Start. 1, 2, 3. Smile. Okay.
Okay na, Judith? Okay na?
Next page po. Next page again.
Next page. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Smile. Okay. Okay na po.
Okay, sige. So just in closing, I guess today we've actually really learned a lot of things from the whole workshop itself. But just to summarize in 3 points, first, we learned how to optimize which channel is really best for the business. So is it social media like Facebook and Instagram? Is it having your own website? Is it selling online on Lazada or Shopee, or using classified ads like Carousel, or using messaging platforms like Viber? The second thing we learned is really the most efficient and cost-effective way to start. So Jeff gave actually a lot of really good cost-effective measures, but at the same time, things that we could do ourselves so that actually we're not really fearful anymore. And last but not least, I think the thing I learned and the thing that all of us should really learn is really how to open our mind. It's because during this time, we have to be more creative. We have to be more innovative of how we can actually change our business model. So by creating new channels for online, we're actually really adding value to our current business models. So we hope that you can use all the information you learned today to transform your business. Thank you for spending your Saturday night with us, and we'll see you at the next webinar, which will actually be next week on Saturday at 3 p.m., where the topic will be ease in doing business, the new normal. So thank you again for attending, and then good night, everyone. Thank you.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night, everybody.